Hi, I'm Sterling Pratt, the author of Puddinhead Parenting, and also the host of a blog talk radio show with the same name, Puddinhead Parenting, which airs at 1 o'clock every Saturday. Today, in this video, I'd like to touch on a topic that isn't always very often associated with ADD, but just recently, researchers, and psychologists, and psychiatrists have been focusing on this as a factor in your child's ADD. And what we want to talk about today is temperament. Temperament is something that shows up almost at birth. If there's some characteristic that you recognize in your child almost in the infant stage, then that's more likely temperament, and it's a genetic trait. For example, one of my sons came out of the womb in motion, and he stayed in motion. He's in his 20s now. He's still in motion. But as a child, the girls at church wanted to hold him. He had these beautiful blue eyes and white hair, as cute as can be. But they could only hold him for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then they would just be worn out because he would just roll in your arms like a rotisserie chicken. And another of my children came out in charge at 5 years old. She was the fifth child, but she was in charge of everybody in the house. And that's something I just saw in her at birth. Now, why are we talking about temperament? Temperament has a lot to do with learning and development. How aggressive, how curious, how shy, how extroverted a child is can affect their learning and development. It also will affect the likelihood, severity, and the duration of ADD. And so when you go to get your child diagnosed, make sure that the psychologist or psychiatrist takes that factor into consideration, temperament. Right? I just wanted to finish this off just with a few examples of temperament. And these are kind of opposites, active versus calm. My son was active. I have another daughter that's very calm, very serene. And sociable versus shy. Playful versus serious, and the list goes on and on. Again, in my book, Puddinhead Parenting, there's a fairly extensive list, and you can look at that and kind of see where your child comes in there, and have that be a basis for discussion with their caregiver. Again, my name is Sterling Pratt. For more information on this, you can go to my website, addparentingssupport.com. Or you can email me any questions or comments directly at sterling@addparentingssupport.com. Thanks.